Who's ready to get a little bit better? If so, you should comment yes in the comments right now. Woo! Oh my goodness. This is an important video here. This is an important little message that I got for you because this is kind of my thing. And I lead masterminds. It's what I do, right? I'm a coach. I lead masterminds. I have a team that lead masterminds. I help people get into masterminds so that their lives can be changed. And so you might imagine that I get the question a lot, like, what's the big deal about masterminds, Mark? Like, what is it anyways? What is a mastermind? And I will tell you this, I'm probably going to do 2 videos on this as well because this is significant. Because a lot of people, 1, they don't understand what it is, and 2, they don't understand why they should take the step and get into it. But I will tell you this about masterminds. Masterminds have the power to create sustainable change and momentum in your life. Like if you desire sustainable, deep transformation in your life, and you want to have sustainable momentum, like boom, like you can get there, go further, faster, then you got to get around the right people that you can do it with. And so that's what masterminds do. Like they're the solution. Now, there's all kinds of challenges out there, right? Like do a 7-day challenge for this and a 2-week, 21-day challenge for this and a 30-day challenge for this. I kind of frame masterminds as the anti-challenge. Masterminds is the long play. Masterminds is the long game because we're not trying to do something quick here. We're trying to get something sustainable, strong, like firm foundations, like not like when the wind comes, it's like boom. No. But when the wind comes, the rain, the hurricane winds that comes and you're like a rock because you committed to a process of sustainable growth and transformation. So what's the big deal about a mastermind? What is it? Let me give you 4 points. I added a 4th one just before we hit record. Number 1, the idea of the mastermind. Like it's not just a word. There's actually like a concept behind that word, mastermind. Because when my mind comes together with this guy's mind and this other gal's mind and this guy's mind, like those 4 people come together. Those 4 people create, like get all like visual, right? Like you just saw another mind like pop up out of nowhere. Like it's this 5th mind that is greater than the sum of the parts. Like this mastermind that is created by the 4 of us coming together, it creates better ideas. It solves problems better. It increases clarity. It does so many things better. It has a clearer vision. Like this mind up here, you can't see your blind spots, but this mind up here, it can see your blind spots. And so the mastermind is this concept that it creates something greater than the sum of the parts. It's the collective mind of a group of people who are like-minded, who are heading in a similar direction. Not that we all have to be doing the same thing, but we know there's greatness on the inside of us and we're pursuing that and we want to impact the world and get together with a group of people that believe their contribution to this world is how they really leave a mark. And you get together with some people like that pursuing greatness, wanting to leave a contribution, and the mind that is produced, that collective is stronger, wiser, better than any of us individuals could be on our own. So what's the big deal about a mastermind? There's something more powerful than an individual. It's the mastermind. Number 2, one of my favorite quotes of all time, proximity is power. That's what Tony Robbins taught me. Proximity is power. What I've added to that statement is proximity is power, and it is time for you to take it back. Like some of you, you know this idea that proximity is power, but you're not doing anything about it. And if who you surround yourself with is who you will become. Your life will be the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Your life will be the direct reflection of the expectation of your peer group. That's another Tony Robbins quote because he taught me a whole lot about this. But you can know that, but if you don't take back your power and put yourself in an environment where you can go further, faster, together with these like-minded people, you're not going to have that power in your life. It has potential, it's there, but you've got to take it back. You've got to tap into it. And so when you get around the right kind of people, your life begins to elevate to their level. You get around people with a low level of thinking, your life will degrade down to their level. So listen, you can test this. It works in any area of your life, whether your health, your mindset, your business, your income. If you're around people The average of 5 people, right? So you'll be the average, like if you're around a bunch of overweight, out of shape people, like I'm not judging it, but I'm just saying, if you look around, are the 5 people you spend the most time with or have the most influence in your life, what do they look like? If you're out of weight and over shape, out of weight, that was funny. If you're out of shape and overweight, then the people around you, I bet you they're looking kind of similar to that. Everybody's kind of got some extra pounds and going out to eat some of the things that you shouldn't eat. Like it works in their income. Look at the people around you. Look at their mindset, the strength of their mindset. Look at the people around you. And I don't have to convince you because you can prove it by your own life. Proximity is power. Time for you to take it back. You should totally take it back. Now, point number 3. This is big. And most people don't understand this about a mastermind. What's the big deal about a mastermind? If you commit to a mastermind, you will be known, seen, heard, and valued in a way that we don't often get in other environments. You will be known. They will care about you. They will know your name. Now listen, there's a bunch of different versions of a mastermind, and there's some masterminds that like, oh, there's 100 people in this mastermind. That's not what I'm talking about. The way I lead masterminds, there's small groups of people, 5 to 8 people, deep relationship, high levels of trust, deep accountability. Like when you have a small group of people that are consistently meeting together, and again, so it's got to be a smaller group. It's got to be consistent to get what I'm talking about here, because you can't meet once a month and get what I'm talking about. But when you meet weekly or every other week, my groups meet weekly. When you meet every week, you are going to be known. You're going to be seen. Like they will see into your soul. Like it happens all the time on Mastermind call. Somebody will come on and they'll see them because we do a Zoom video, right? And they'll be like, hey, what's up? Like you don't look like yourself. And see, how many environments do you go into where you're never even seen at that level? In fact, some of you in your own home, you don't feel seen at that level. But this mastermind environment, just had a call this past week where it was just some powerful stuff. Several people in the same group dealing with some relationship stuff. And they were seen. They were valued. They were loved, right? So you'll be known, seen, heard, and valued. Like your wisdom, your insight, even if someone disagrees with you, you're going to be valued for who you are, for your strengths, for your greatness. Like you are going to be valued, known, seen, heard, and valued. If you're not convinced now that you need to be in a mastermind, or the big deal about masterminds, number 4 is the last thing I will tell you about. What's the big deal about masterminds? You will be celebrated and you will be challenged to give your greatness to the world. You will be celebrated and you will be challenged to give your greatness to the world. One of the things I love most, and my clients I love about the mastermind environment is, this is a horrible expression, but I'm just going to use it. It's not a pissing contest, okay? It's not me trying to be better than you and me trying to one-up you and somebody trying to like be the most impressive. No, everybody in the group is celebrated. Nobody has an agenda to prove themselves or to one-up anybody else. I'm going to celebrate you. You're going to celebrate me. You're going to get in an environment where you don't have to play small because your greatness is challenged. Because when you get in the right kind of mastermind environment, they're going to know. They're going to see and know your greatness probably more than you do, because you'll have resistance and you'll want to play small to keep those other people comfortable that you've had in your life for a long time that are uncomfortable because of your change and your growth. But I'm telling you, you get in the right environment where you are celebrated, where when you have a win, you don't have to like downsize your win. So people are like, oh, he's talking about money. No. Somebody be like, I had a sale this week. I had a big sale this week. It was pretty awesome. I'll be like, how much was it? They'll be like $300,000. What? Wow! Like, come on, baby. Like, we will celebrate you. And if somebody tries to play small, they'll be challenged to say, nope, you can't do that because people are counting on your greatness. So I don't know about you, but I get freaking pumped out of my mind when I begin to talk about the power of this kind of environment. You know, I had a client just this past week, and she'd been stepped out of the mastermind for about 8 months, literally just before a lot of change and turmoil went on in her life and in our world. And she's coming back into the mastermind. And now keep in mind, she's going to be a paying client. And she was literally almost in tears for the opportunity to rejoin a mastermind. And I was just reminded again, guys, like I don't do this. Like, yes, I have a business, and it's a thriving business. And the reason I do it is because of calls like that with that woman, because the value that mastermind brought to her life was irreplaceable. And getting in that isolation had been hard. And so getting back into the group, she knew the strength that would bring to her life. So listen, again, I'm not promoting masterminds here for me necessarily, but what I am saying is you need that kind of environment. Don't settle until you find it, because it's key to you bringing your greatness out. I was just talking with somebody else the other day, and he was talking about, like, if I wouldn't have gotten in the group, I don't think I would have done what I've been able to do in the last 12 months. Listen, it's going to be true for you. You will go further, faster together with the right kind of people. That's the big deal about a mastermind. I hope that this encouraged you. I'd love to hear a comment right now. Drop in the comments and tell me, like, what was maybe an aha you had about masterminds, even as we were talking about it. Like, what was something that you grabbed hold of? And some of you, there's, again, a bazillion different ways to participate in this idea of the mastermind. I'm talking a little more specifically about committing to a group that's consistent, right? But I'm curious, what was your takeaway? Drop it in the comments right now. And then we all need to get off this video and we need to go out there and give our greatness to the world, because somebody needs what's on the inside of you. Listen, I see it. Hey, watching this video, you have greatness on the inside of you. Don't ever forget it. Don't ever back up on it, and get around some people that are going to remind you of it every single day.